If I told you the truth about what happened between me and Liam, there's a chance you'd never look at me the same way again. But maybe that's a risk I have to take. Hi everyone. My name is Emily, and I grew up in a small, quiet town tucked away in Maine, the kind of place where nothing too dramatic ever seemed to happen. Picture tree-lined streets, neighbors who smiled when they passed, and rows of cozy houses that always smelled faintly of pine and home-cooked meals. For the longest time I thought my life would always feel safe, predictable, even perfect. Our house wasn't big, but it was filled with warmth. My mother had a laugh that could soften the hardest days, and she carried herself with a kind of grace that made you feel instantly at ease. Every morning she greeted me like I was the best part of her day, and every night I'd fall asleep to the quiet hum of her singing in the kitchen. My father was quieter, stern sometimes, but there was strength in his silence. He worked long hours but never let that shadow his devotion to us. I believed I had everything I needed. That belief shattered when I was 15. My mother got sick. Suddenly, cruelly. And within weeks she was gone. No long goodbyes, no gradual decline. Just a flurry of hospital visits, hushed conversations, and then silence. I remember walking back into our house after her funeral and feeling like I'd stepped into someone else's home. The air was heavy. Her absence echoed through the rooms louder than any sound. My father changed too. Grief hollowed him out. He went through the motions, cooking, working, driving me to school, but the man I knew was gone. We shared a roof, a dinner table, the same daily routines, but the connection had vanished. The laughter never returned. The walls felt taller. The nights longer. 3 years later, just after I turned 18, he remarried. I told myself he deserved happiness, that maybe this new woman, Claire, could give him something to hold on to. And in a way she did. She was gentle, sincere, and kind to me from the start, nothing like the wicked stepmothers I'd feared as a child. But she didn't come alone. She brought her son, Liam. Liam was just a year younger than me. The first few months were awkward, painfully so. We barely spoke. He kept his distance and so did I. Mealtimes were filled with stiff small talk and quiet chewing. We were polite but detached, like two strangers forced into the same play and unsure of their roles. But over time, something shifted. Began in small ways. A passing glance that lingered. A quiet smile when he handed me a plate. A shared laugh at a bad joke on TV. I kept telling myself we were just adjusting to our new reality, that we were learning to be step-siblings in a blended family. But deep down I knew better. There was something in the way he looked at me, not with indifference, not like a brother. And I felt it too. I'd catch myself watching him when he wasn't looking, studying the curve of his jaw, the way his eyes crinkled when he smiled. His presence stirred something in me I didn't understand. Something I didn't want to admit. Late at night, Liam started coming into my room. Always with an excuse, a question about school, something on his mind. We'd talk in whispers, our conversations stretching into the early hours. We told each other things we never said aloud during the day. Those late-night talks became a ritual, a tether between us in a house where everyone else was asleep, unaware of the quiet storm growing upstairs. And then came the night that changed everything. Our parents decided to take a short trip. 5 days away. Just Liam and me in the house. We laughed about it at first, joked about the freedom. The first night we curled up on the couch with snacks and a cheesy romantic movie playing in the background. We barely paid attention. Then the on-screen couple kissed. Slow, intense, emotional. The room fell quiet. I felt his eyes on me. My heart pounded. And then, before I could fully process what was happening, Liam kissed me. It was desperate, hesitant, full of unspoken feelings we'd both tried so hard to ignore. Froze. My mind screamed at me to stop, to pull away, to remember who we were supposed to be. But I didn't move. Kissed him back. That night we crossed a line. A line that once shattered, can never truly be repaired. When I woke up next to him the next morning, nothing about the house had changed, but everything inside me had. There was no talk of love, no promises, just quiet understanding. What we'd done, it couldn't be undone. For the next few days, we lived in our own strange bubble. A world of stolen touches, secret smiles, and nights spent tangled in confusion and desire. But when our parents came home, that world vanished. On the surface, we went back to being siblings. But beneath it, the tension, the guilt, the yearning, it all remained. I hated myself for it. And yet I couldn't stop. I started taking birth control, quietly, secretly. Not because we talked about it, but because I was terrified of what could happen if we didn't. I told myself it was temporary, that it would fade. But it didn't. Not right away. Eventually, life pulled us apart. Liam graduated and left for college. I stayed behind, trying to find normal again. I got a job as an office assistant. Nothing special, but it gave my days shape. Then, I met Daniel. Daniel was everything Liam couldn't be. Stable, kind, open. He owned a salon, loved his work, and made me feel like I mattered. He didn't come with secrets. Loving him was easy, natural. We married a year later. We have a beautiful child now. A life that looks perfect from the outside. Warm, grounded, safe. Daniel is a good man. The best man I've ever known. But sometimes in the stillness of night, when our child is asleep and Daniel is beside me, breathing softly in the dark, I remember the way Liam looked at me in the glow of the television. The way we fit together in the silence. The way forbidden love tasted. I don't know if I should tell Daniel the truth. What if it destroys everything? What if he never sees me the same again? But what if he deserves to know? I carry this secret like a stone in my chest, silent but heavy. So I'm asking you now, if you were me, would you confess? Or would you let it stay buried in the past where it can't hurt anyone? Please tell me in the comments. Because right now I'm standing at a crossroads, and I'm not sure which path leads to peace. And if you want to hear more unbelievable and yes, sometimes painful true stories like this one, don't forget to subscribe. Because sometimes the truth is the scariest story of all.